In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, BWatts on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in this sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, BWatts tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night, when the crowd fades away, he's the echo of hope at the end of the day. With a heart full of dreams and a voice full of soul, he's the heartbeat of sports, making us whole.
I want to welcome everybody here to Sports Talk with BWatts. This is your and I'll be with you with Coach Dre, and we'll be doing this tonight. We've sending prayers up for old BWatts. BWatts had a family emergency. He hit us up, and he was like, hey, he's not going to be able to step in tonight, but he asked me and Coach Dre, we're going to do our thing, and we're going to talk to y'all tonight. We're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate, and we're going to say happy Easter Sunday to everybody. Great resurrection day for you, and we hope you had a great time. It's time to get it on, and I want to ask Coach Dre how you doing, and all the people out there in the chat land, hit us up. Tell us where you're coming from. Hit us up. Tell us where you're coming from. Coach Dre, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just getting in. Just been a busy day. So I'm just glad to get it over with. When you got two little grandbabies, Easter. Besides the real reason for Easter, but they be wanting to have little stuff going on, so you got to do that.
I definitely understand. We had horses and everything else around, at our church and all those wonderful things, animals and the balloons and all the great things. They doing that. They jumping in those hot air balloons, all that kind of stuff. So they had a great time. It's always good to see that. But today, we're going to elaborate and we're going to talk about some things going on with Colorado. And we're going to start this off first with you, Coach Dre. I just want to get a brief synopsis on what did you take from the spring game this year? And i.e. example, was it sloppy? Did the certain people get the playing time that you thought they need to get? That kind of thing. A brief synopsis of what you think about the spring game. Hit us up.
Um, I felt good. I think they had scripted plays. I think they had if ESPN reported, they only ran 4 or 5 plays, and you could tell it. So as far as people getting upset and saying, "Oh, this look vanilla," what did y'all want them to do? Y'all want them to come out there and open up the full playbook and on national TV and show everybody what they was gonna do? Uh, but I saw some real bright spots on offense and defense. Again, like we've been saying, the defense is probably gonna carry this football team. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But I think we can rest easy now about the safety. I told people that Tafika Byers from South Florida was that guy, um, and I knew what Branch could do from Florida. Like I say, Coach Prime is trying not to tell y'all, but bro got a lot going on. Like I say, sometimes when you from Miami down that area, boy, it's a lot going on down there, and it's a lot dealing with you. When you got the world, when you got the weight of the whole world on your shoulders or the whole community on your back, sometimes it can weigh heavy on you. But he came out and he played his behind off. I like what I see up front. I like what I saw from the linebackers. But I would overall I give us about a B minus. Because of the simple fact I didn't like the penalties that we got. I guess a couple of those pass interference they probably were questionable, but we definitely can't be jumping off sides and things of that nature. But overall, I was very pleased with what I saw with the limited, with being limited with what we showed. I was very impressed with what I saw.
I have to agree with you, Coach Dre. What I take from it is this here. I took from it, it provided the young players an opportunity to get out there and display their talents. And just like you said, the young man from Florida, that safety, he definitely did that because a lot of times they don't get an opportunity to get on the field because of the fact that Coach Prime now really have to trust you to put you on that field. And when they got those people who had way more playing time than you've had and they're proving themselves out there on that field, it's hard to get on there. What I also like was this here. I like the aggression of the defensive line. And I'm telling you, that front seven, Sepp say his babies, Sepp got some grown men. So I was impressed with that. What I was also impressed was this here. I was impressed with some of the formations. People talking about it was vanilla, but we didn't see those in quite a few games. We didn't see those formations with those tight ends. What it showed me was this here. If you get another talented tight end, and we got some good tight ends right now. Well, I say we got some tight ends that need to grow. I'll put it that way because I'm not putting them up in pedestals when they haven't shown it yet. But what I have seen, if we get another Atkins, a one that can wheel and deal when they get that ball. Atkins can wheel and deal when he get the ball. When he gets it, he can go. So what I took from it was this here. I think people need to get used to old-fashioned football. And they say, what you mean by that old-fashioned football is this one here. 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, first down. Those days of, oh man, you going 20, 30, 40. We're going to get some of those plays, but that's going to be down the line. I think we're going to go down the field meticulously, and that's going to run a lot of clock off there, and it's going to put pressure on the other offense because they're not going to have a lot of time with the ball. But the next one is this one here, Coach Dre. I got another question for you. Name me a player on defense that you think that had a good game.
Again, it's gonna be Tavika Byers for me. The way the kid came out and played, solidified that safety spot, and then when you get Silman Craig to say you the new shark on Twitter after the game and giving you that kind of praise, that's big and a big confidence booster all the way around. That kid came to play, and that's what I wanted to see. I needed to see that. I needed to see him come out and play so I could feel comfortable. I know what Stoudemire gonna give me. I'm pretty sure. I know what Preston Hard's gonna give me. DJ McKinney and Hood. I know what those guys are going to give me. Um, so I was just pleased with the way Tafika Byers came out and played. It continuously played, came up and made tackles. I know he can cover tight ends and running backs, and that's the biggest thing at that safety spot. Can you cover those big tight ends? Can you cover those running backs out the backfield? And he showed he can do that. So I feel Tafika Byers for me really impressed, and I was very proud of that guy because again, I for the last 14 practices I've been hearing about we don't have a safety. I don't know about Tafika Byers. He hasn't showed me anything, and from what ESPN said is that was one of the guys that Coach Livingston ranted and raved about when they interviewed him the day before. So for him to come out and do exactly what he did, I was pleased.
I have to agree with you, Coach. But I'm gonna go with the man that set the tone at the beginning of the game. That's Mr. Arden Walker. He set the tone at the beginning of the game. And when you explode, the way he exploded on them first couple of plays, it just set the tone. And the defense is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. They look bigger, they're stronger. And what I like about him is this here. And the people in the chat, hit us up. Let us know who you think was one of the good defensive players that had a good game. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. We want to always keep you involved. Let us know who you think had a good game on the defensive side. Let me get back to Arden Walker. Arden Walker, you hear everybody talk about his leadership. That young man is Colorado through and through. His daddy played Colorado. Not only did he play, excelled. He was an outstanding football player. And now he has the blessing of coming in and representing his family name and putting his name on those banisters saying, hey, of the accomplishments that he's going to have. I expect a big season for Arden Walker. And I'm sold on Arden. I am sold on Arden. I think he's going to have a tremendous season. Now, Coach Dre, after we said that and the people in the chat hit us with who they think had a good game on defense, let's go on the offensive side. Coach Dre, give me one player that you said had a good offensive game in the spring game.
I'm gonna say I was very pleased with the way that JoJo played, catching the football. If he'd have made that highlight catch, he'd have been the star of the game if he'd have went up and got that ball. But the way that kid came out and played, running with the twos, he working his way up again. I keep telling y'all, Prime not gonna hand nothing out. You're gonna have to earn it. So you still saw Timmons out there with the ones, but JoJo, it really came out and played great football, catching the ball even when we got the 7-on-7 scoring a touchdown. So I was pleased with what I saw from JoJo Williams, especially another guy. Like I say, those guys coming in from the transfer portal. I know it's hard to try to get in where you fit in and see where you fit with the University of Colorado. I think those two guys found their niche at University of Colorado yesterday, and I'm happy for both of them.
I have to agree with you. He is really showing us at that receiver room. People really are so worried about, oh man, they can't get off the line. Yeah, they can get off the line. And not only can they get off the line, they can make plays in that receiving room. So I think sometimes when people are going, their expectations and one person will say something and everybody jumps on that bandwagon of, oh, they can. And if they couldn't, you still can put them in motion and get them off the line. So there's plenty of things you can do. For me, I'm excluding the quarterbacks. I'm not going to say anything about the quarterbacks on this. I'm going to go with Atkins myself. I'm going to go with Atkins because I just like the versatility Atkins has and what he does for that offense. When that tight end, when they're rolling to the right and Atkins is moving, that tight end is moving. And on a couple plays, we had some tight ends out there. They had big plays. When I say big, the turf, and I thought he hurt himself 34, 84, whatever his number was. He caught the ball, he gone, and he just falls. And then he was grabbing his knee. So I, hope everything is good to go. But, it just showed me the importance of tight ends. So I was very happy with that. And I want the people out in the chat, hit us up with who you think on the offensive side had a very good game. But let's get this way. This is one of those ones that I want to ask you, Coach. Being a coach, please explain to me whether or not you think Coach Prime was setting a message to his quarterbacks when he started Juju over Salt. When he put Juju on the first team and Salt on the second team. Do you think he was setting a message to his quarterback?
Well, just going off of what I saw or what I heard from Coach Prime, he said it was something disciplinary. He said he wasn't going to talk about it, but that the media could ask the quarterback. Nobody asked the quarterback. I don't think it's nothing major. I think it's something very minute. And it could have been, any little thing. Coach Prime is a very stickler coach about little things. And if you can't do the little, I keep telling y'all, he's not going for just being a great player on the football field. He's not. That is not going. You're not going to unsee the guy if you just better than them on the football field. You better be better than them at everything else. He put the kid out there, and what I think is you could tell. I don't think that Juju thought he was going to start run with the ones. I think Juju thought he was going to run with the twos, and so that's what you saw that first drive. A little nervousness, like, I'm going out here first. Okay, so that's all I took from it. It is what it is. I mean, but if you listen to Coach Prime, it's 50-50. He doesn't have a starter. I can make a decision. Y'all want me to make a decision? I can make a decision today to appease y'all, but I can change my mind tomorrow. So why would I give y'all a decision right now just because that's what y'all want? So guys, y'all not gonna hear who the starter is after right now. We are going to the fall. They'll compete. And one thing I did catch, he kept throwing Staub name in there. He kept throwing Staub name in there. He kept throwing Staub name in there. Every time they asked about the quarterbacks, he kept throwing Staub name in there. And I get why everybody's on salt, and he looked good yesterday, and I get it. I really and truthfully do get it. But he should look that way. He's been in college. He's polished. And they have great systems set up for him. But you got to do all the things. Again, Coach Prime in Colorado was spoiled. And what I mean by that is their best players are their hardest workers and the guys that do it the right way. I'll say that again. They are spoiled because their best players are their hardest workers and always do stuff the right way. You never had to worry about if Travis going to have to be set down for disciplinary reasons. Is Shador going to be ready to go because of disciplinary reasons? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Is he going to class? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? So that's what, again, guys, Coach Prime is not just teaching football. He's getting these young men ready for life. And if you can't see that, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Y'all are just going off of, we trying to win. But Coach Prime want these young men to win at life. This is a game. He keeps telling y'all that. If y'all just listen to him talk, he'll tell you. This is just a game, and it has an expiration date. It has an expiration date. And if you don't, it could be, your expiration date could be in the little league. It could be in the high school. It could be after college. You have an expiration date, and you got to have something to be ready to go with. And if you can't do the little things, like he a stickler for clothes. You heard him in the little circle. Hey man, y'all older boys better get these young boys right about these shirts not being tucked in. Y'all know that ain't how I roll. This ain't how. Hey, I ain't on that. I'm gonna just start sending people in. And so that's the kind of stuff that he didn't have to worry about last year. I think this was, Coach Sway them first game. They'll get on top of that. Making sure them boys don't come out there, make sure they looking right. But it's just a little thing. So I didn't buy much into it. People can make a big deal of it if they want to. Again, I keep telling people that Juju not just gonna lay down and give Salter the job. Do I believe Salter is gonna end up being quarterback number one? Yes, because of what I saw yesterday, and I just think he's more mature, and that's a lot of pressure putting on a 17-year-old. But I think that Juju would have looked a lot better if he would have known he was gonna run with the ones. I think that just happened to spur them over.
Well, Coach Dre, you said it so well. But I look at it as this one here. I don't take much into that happening yesterday. But I tell you this here, if it happens again, I'm gonna take something into it then, because this is what I'm gonna tell you about Coach Prime. This is what I know. Coach Prime believes, and he has shown, he has to trust that quarterback. That quarterback, he has to know that quarterback represents CU and Coach Prime. And when you represent CU and Coach Prime is not giving away no, well, it's my bad and I made it. It's not acceptable, because you got to realize his son was the example. Two was the example. You didn't hear a peep about Two when it came to anything. So when you and Travis and 12, and Sim and Craig, when you have those examples and the trust that he instilled in those young men, And what I tell people is this one here. I think people better listen. They're saying stop for a reason. And they're letting you know if something happens in which they feel like they need to move in a different direction, they're going to do it because they're going to feel comfortable with Staub. If Staub had to be a number two, regardless if it's Juju or Salt, if that was ever the case, I don't see it because of what they have right now. But he's letting you know Staub they really think highly of that young man. So with that being said, I'll just send this out to everybody. We just want those young men to stay focused because what I saw yesterday, Salt is smooth, man. And when I say he's smooth and polished, he could he the offense is totally different, and they're different because of their skill sets. But what I will tell you is this here: Juju Lewis got one of the best arms I've seen in football. When it comes to a young man that can throw that football, I call him golden arm. If it's me, I call him, Oscar De La Hoya was called the golden boy. But the new golden boy is Juju. You can look at his hair, you can look at his arm. He's the next golden boy because he has it. He's a very talented kid. So I would just say that. Would you like to add anything else, Coach Drake?
No,
Okay.
it's time. No, sir. It's just like I said. It's just time for these guys to go to work. This is the meat and potatoes of what you right now. This is where you win and lose games right now. These next 3 to 4 months, this is where you win and lose games because this is where you got to work at. So, like I say, I don't put a lot of stock in spring football.
Well, I'm going to throw a hypothetical with you because, I was thinking that my man B was going to be here and he can't, but I'm going to still ask the question. And this is the question. This is a hypothetical. You're a football coach. And as a football coach, you have two quarterbacks, Juju and you have Salt. And hypothetically, I'm saying without looking at yesterday, they're neck and neck in the QB competition. And I want people out in the chat. This is hypothetical. You're not going off yesterday. Yesterday didn't happen. Hypothetical, they're neck and neck going into the season. You're the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Drake, and the people in the chat are the coach. Explain to me, who would you choose as the starting quarterback if they go into the season and they're neck and neck? Tell me, Coach Drake, who would you start and tell me why? And we're not going to say anything about the other person, anything about them to increase that person that we think we would pick, but we're just going to tell the reason why we think this person here should start. It's to you, Coach Drake.
I mean, being a coach, this is how I evaluate it with younger and older guys. When they're neck and neck, it's about what fits better. And then, like you say, it's gonna come down to the little things. Is he on time? Is he efficient? Is he a great leader? Is he this? Is he that? In my book, if a freshman and a senior are on the same level, to a degree, sometimes you run the freshman out there just because I'm gonna have him for more time. But if you got a senior, in this case, like a K Salt, who has a great resume, who has the opportunity to go pro, I'm gonna give him every opportunity to play. I'm gonna give him every opportunity to play because of the simple fact is, I see the confidence that they had, and this is another thing nobody thought about is Salter was playing against the two defense. That wasn't out and walk out there. That wasn't Tafik Byers. That wasn't that pass rush. That wasn't Quincy Wiggins. That wasn't 95. That wasn't Barnes. There was other guys, and so that's you should. Again, he did exactly what he looked exactly like he should. But me personally, I would do exactly what Coach Prime doing. I'm meticulously, I'm grading you on everything, not just one thing. I'm grading you on everything. But then when you got a guy like Salter who gives you another dimension when he can pull the ball and run, he gives the defense another thing to think about. Now, because if they were both pocket passers, now that's a whole so different color. If they were both pocket passers, we in a horse over different color. But because Salt brings the running ability, with this great running game that I think we're gonna have this year, I just believe that it's gonna be neck and neck. But I do believe we're gonna see both of these guys. I just believe we're gonna see both of these guys somewhere in the season. So, but I would do it exactly the way he's doing it. I keep my hands close to the vest. And that's another thing. Iron sharpen iron. If I tell you the starter, you might not go as hard. You might not. You might just okay. I'm the starter. I got it now. So I think that's another reason for making sure that I don't say nothing. But I believe Coach Brown ain't told no lies. He said he don't know who the starter is. I could name a starter today and then. But me personally, I would go all the way till maybe 2 or 3 weeks in the fall, or maybe 2 weeks away from the first game and name a starter. That's in the fall camp. I wait till about 2 weeks before we go play Georgia Tech. If I was the coach, and then I name a starter because you got to get the camaraderie. You got to know. You got to get the receivers to feel comfortable. Everybody got to feel comfortable with who calling the shot and who the guy in the huddle. So, like I say, that's what I would take. I would run it down right to about 2 weeks before that first game, and then I name a starter.
Coach, I think you nailed it there. I like everything you said pertaining to how you would evaluate. For me, the only difference is for me is this one here. I love the fact that he put Salt on the second team because I needed to see the body language. Because people need to realize I need to see his body language when you don't give him something or you don't give Juju something. What's going to be the body? Are we about the team to see your brother get up there and perform and handle his business? So I love that aspect. I saw Salt over there. Salt was like, I'm ready. just I'm ready. I'm ready. Just get me in, coach. I'm ready. And I love to see that. And I love the fact for Juju. I love the fact that it was something different for Juju. Man, you got over 20-some thousand people there, that big thing cheering. You got Travis, you got two in the building, and he's telling you right as the game starts, you're starting. Man, you're sitting there like you're thinking, oh, I get to watch Salt, run his plays, and after he run his plays, I get it and then go from there. That's huge. And I would tell people this one here. You hit it on the head, Coach Dre. What did you see Arden Walker get to that man that first play? I don't care who. If that would have been Salt, he would have shook him too. As soon as he got that ball, Arden Walker was like he called the play himself. He going against the Seton Express, and he was back there, and I was like, goodness gracious. So he was playing, and then I saw the pressure from Barnes and 95. I'm like, man, they were eating that middle up as far as the pressure. So it didn't make a difference who you had in there. And the way Byers was coming up, Salt would have ran, but he was gonna get hit. He wasn't going far because those young men were closing those lanes up. It just seems like a different defense when you look at that first and that second unit. So I'm not going with any excuses for either player. I'm just letting people, you need to look at the totality of things. That defense on the first team defense, way different than the second team. I'm just letting you know. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the game. You're gonna see pressure from the inside and outside, and you seeing safeties coming up and closing out the middle. So that ain't linebackers, safeties coming and closing the middle. So that's a lot of pressure. And then what I also say is this one here. This is what I'll tell people. If I'm a coach and I got two quarterbacks and they're neck and neck, and you have the experience that Salt has over Juju, I'm gonna have to start thinking, how is it this close? I'm just saying if it was neck and neck, because I got a guy who's 17 years old that can play up to and compete against someone who's been in college going on 5 years. That says a lot. That tells me a lot. And then I also know if I got a defense like I had in Jackson State, I can take a young quarterback with a good running game and the talent that they have at receivers, and we can win football games. And especially with the special teams, when I got a kicker that can kick 60, 70, 60-yard field goals, we can dance. We can dance. But with that being said, I have to say, the Salt man ain't no joke. I am so impressed with Salter. I am impressed at this level. I will tell Salter this one here. Salter, please do not listen to us. Please do not listen to the people who talk to Lamar Jackson. Do you. Do not sit back there and try to be a pocket passer when you know your bread and butter is your legs and your arm. Use them both. Make defensive pay for treating you for taking away one thing, and you make them say, "Hey, if you take away the pass, I'm gonna kill you on the run. If you take away the run, I'm gonna kill you on the pass." And that if you continue with that mindset, because what coaches are gonna look at K-Salt is this one here. Can he win football games? And he has proven he can win football games. People need to get out of that mind. Oh, he need to show him he can pass. J.J. McCarthy didn't show nobody he could pass. J.J. McCarthy handed the ball off 22 consecutive times against Ohio State. And he still got drafted 11th in the NFL draft. It's winning and showing you can control that offense and get the job done. Salt, be salt. Don't go there trying to prove something to somebody else. I like when I see that, I like both of them. Something else I can tell people. Chat, when was the last time you saw a team have the quarterbacks that CU have? You know, we take for granted Staub. Staub could be starting somewhere else. We don't even look at Ponder no more. Ponder can play football. So all I'm saying is CU is in a fantastic position, and I think Staub and Salt are iron sharpening iron, and all they're going to do is make Juju a better football player. Juju and Staub is going to make Salt a better football player. And you say, well, how are they going to make him a better football player? Because if Salt don't do the little things right, Salt's not going to be in the football game. I can guarantee you this. Staub is going to do everything right. Staub is going to be on time. Staub is going to be where he's supposed to. Staub ain't going to be doing no nothing silly with anything. And I ain't saying Salt is. Salt is doing a fantastic job. I'm not saying he is, so please don't take it that way. All I'm saying is when you got people like Juju, and Juju, he made the academic list. So all it's saying is, hey, it's a great opportunity for all of them to succeed at Colorado. And what I feel good about, regardless of injuries, you still have it where Salt, if he got an injury, I still feel like we can win with Juju. I still feel like we can win with Staub, and that's a beautiful thing. Is Coach Dre still with us? Because I don't see him, but if not, we're going to still move on. Coach Dre, are you with us? That's good. When Coach Dre gets back, we're going to keep this thing going. I know he's in his car, and he got things going on. So as soon as we get him back on here, we're going to keep it going. People out there in podcast land, got a question for you. Tell me, how many starters, I'm looking at the line, at what we have right now. Tell me how many offensive linemen that you think that we have right now that will be starting when the season begins. Chat, tell me, how many O-linemen do you think we currently have are going to be starting when the season begins? Give us your input. Put it in the chat right now. And also, if you're digging it, like, subscribe to Sports Talks with BWatts. Hitting that like button don't cost a thing. All you have to do is do this, beep, and that's it. And that's all we want from it. So, people out there in the chat, once again, give me a number of how many offensive linemen we currently have that will be starting when the season begins. I'm waiting. I know Miss Smith gonna tell me something. What Miss Johnson at? I know Miss Johnson. What Wise Williams? And I haven't seen Lip Bucket yet. So if he on there, I'm definitely gonna get a number. I might get one if Lip Bucket on here. So I just need to know, how many do you think offensive linemen are gonna be starting when the season begins? Now, this is me. I think right now, oh, great one. Now, I like that. I truly believe I got the Express, 77, the Express. I got 72, Chrysler, Chrysler. I got 2 there. I'm talking about offensive linemen. And that are going to be starting. So I got Chrysler, I got Seton Express, and I'm gonna go McGill. So I'm gonna say 3. Me myself, I'm gonna say 3. Those are the 3 ones I think will be starting. I like that. I think, it could be 2, could be Chrysler and Seton, and then you'll have 3 other ones taking the thing that, hey, I think you might be hitting it there. But I really do think I'm going 3. I'm going McGill, Chrysler, and I'm going the Express. I'm going 3 myself. So please let us know. I got something else for you. How many receivers do we currently have that you think will be starting? The receivers we have right now, I ain't talking about the one that's coming. I'm talking about the receiver. If we're starting 4 receivers, how many I'm just saying, if we're doing 4, I'm saying 4, how many that we currently have that you think are going to be starting? Come on back in, Coach Dre. I see you circling. Hit us up in the chat. Tell us how many you think. I'm waiting. If it's me, on the current staff we have right now, if we're saying receivers for 4, I'm gonna go with 3 for the current ones. Coach Dre, you back with us, sir? Coach Dre. Okay, I think we still it's still doing some stuff with Coach Dre. When he get Miss Janet say 4. Woo! Miss Janet. Oh, I like that one. Okay, I get 2. I can see 2. I can see 2. I can see 2 when it comes to receivers. I can definitely see that. We got somebody 3. Okay, Mr. Maurice, 3 to 4. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. To me, if I have to go 3, Miss Garcia, I like it. If I'm going 3, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go with JoJo. I'm going to also go with, oh man, this is hard. I'm going to have to go with JoJo. I think Coach Prime truly trusts Draylon Miller. I would go with JoJo, Draylon Miller. Yeah, that would be my 2. That would be my 2, and I would have to see if O comes back and O's healthy. If Omarion is healthy, I would put him as the 3. I'd put him as the 3. I would do those 3. I'd do those 3, and I truly think Sincere Brown or that next receiver that he's getting, those 2 are going to fight for that 4th spot, or they might take one of the other ones. There you go, Coach Dre. Coach Dre.
I'm here, boss.
Okay, you back, sir. Coach Dre, I got a question for you. How many starters on the current offensive line that we have right now do you think, the ones that we currently have right now, do you think will be starting when the season begins? The offensive line that we currently have, how many do you think will be starting when the season begins?
Right now, I'm gonna keep saying I only got 2 pinned in. Owens is getting close. Owens is getting close with me, but I only got 2. Only got 2 pinned in, and I got to see what else we finna bring in. But right now, I got 2 pinned in. That's Zy Chrysler. That's the Seton Express. Because I like McGill. I like what I saw from Yo-Yo yesterday. I also watching the pregame video. I saw that they moved Tyler to center. He been getting snaps in, but he looked good at guard. But right now, I only got those 2 penciled in. Right now, we got to see what the guy from Texas A&M look like. He hasn't practiced, and then Houston will be back, and so we got him. So right now, all I got is 2 of them. Right now,
and we got Xavier Hill. We got Xavier Hill coming in too.
Xavier Hill. I think we probably gonna get two more tackles. So right now, I only got 2 of them. Right now, I only got 2.
Awesome. I got a question for you. On the current roster we have right now, if we're starting 4 receivers, how many receivers that we currently have on the team right now that you think will be starting when the season begins?
All four of them will be on the team right now. Sincere will have to impress me a whole lot. I got all four of them. I have Amarion Miller. I got Isaiah Hodge. I got Draylon Miller, and I got JoJo Williams right now. That would be my four to send out on the football field right now, with Farrakhan backing up
Yeah,
O,
I like
with
Farrakhan.
Q6 backing up, with Q6 backing up Hodge, with
Mm-hmm.
Cam Michael backing up Draylon, and then I got Sincere Brown or Timmons backing up uh what JoJo. So like I say, right now I think all starters are on our team right now, and that's no knock to Sincere. Now he can come in and do what Will Shepherd did, and do what Zayden did, and do what LeJohntay did. But LeJohntay was different, guys. LeJohntay came in that winter portal. He didn't come in the second portal. He came in the first portal window. So he a little different than everybody else. But I think we got the four on our team. Uh, look like the boys campaigning from the kid from BYU who just hit the portal. He just got an offer about an hour ago. So he got up under the dude that and that's why I be telling y'all, it don't really be we got a great recruit staff, so let me not take nothing away from our recruit staff. We got a great recruit staff, but it's players recruiting players.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the guy committed from Auburn earlier today, the kid from BYU got up under his post to say, "Hey, tell them guys I ain't hard to find." And so within an hour, the guy had an offer. So right now, I'm good with what the receiver room looks like. If Sincere Brown come in here and take something, he got to come in here and take somebody's spot. Ain't nobody gonna hand it to him.
Coach Dre, I like what you said about the receiver room. When I see someone like Farrakhan, I'm like, it's gonna be hard. The more time that he get and the more time Hards get, players like that, it's gonna be hard keeping them off the field because all they do is make plays. They're selfless. They they love football, and those are guys that when you hear the way Coach Phillips coaches hard. You saw when he was talking to Wilson and and Draylon had to come over and say, man, don't listen to what he's saying. Don't listen to how he's saying it. Listen to what he's saying. And I'm like, everybody can't take it. Everybody cannot take it when it pertains to he coaches. And he coaches old school. But what I like about him, they learn. And he coaches the right way. That man said, hey, I got Andre Ware that Heisman Trophy because it was him catching those balls that Andre Ware was throwing. Now he can turn around. Travis Hunter was one of my receivers who got the Heisman Trophy. That guy got two Heisman trophies. What happened to impact two Heisman trophies? You don't get too many people who can say that. You do not get too many people who say, hey, my impact helped get two Heisman Trophy winners. You don't get too many. So when you look at his credentials and the way those receivers produce, and ask yourself, you got four receivers that are NFL eligible, meaning that they have a great shot at making a roster. That says a lot about the players. It says a lot about J5, LeJohntay, Travis, and Shep. It says a lot about them, but it also says a lot about that coach. And all I'm saying is this here for everybody. That receiver room, you have a bad day in that receiver room, you might not see that field for a long time. You can't have bad days at the receiver room. It just can't happen. The edges, receivers, and cornerback, you have a bad day there, you might not see that field for a long time. And I can say that because I remember the two boys. You got one gentleman we got from Florida State, and then you had Stoudemire, and I love him, but Stoudemire was hurt though. After that game, man, you didn't see him. Cooper, and Stoudemire. You didn't see him. And that's what's going to happen here. but he changed everything around and he handled his business. Ms. Hall, you're right. He does not play, but I like his results. That was great info from you, Coach Dre. Let's go here, Coach Dre. How many running backs in the current room do you think we'll have that'll be starting?
Until we get somebody, I'm gonna have to go with the two we got. I gotta see. I mean, he said he gonna go get two, so I'm looking to see if somebody gonna hit the portal or not. Because I mean, if you're going to get two, that give you six, right?
Yeah.
I like what I saw from Hayden. Hood had a nice run. This Hood year to be great. This Hood year to be great. He's a Marshall Faulk type of back. He's just getting healthy. He's just getting strong. But so for right now, I would say two. The two that we got, which is Hayden and Hood with Welch. But it depends on who you go out and get. If you go get a guy that went for 700-800 yards last year,
I like it.
That might change your tune. Dallas Hayden is a bruiser. He's not gonna break no long runs. He gonna get ran down if he breaks. But I like what I saw from him. So right now, BWatts is on key to be right about the running back. But it just depends on who we bring in. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Like you say, the portal. This is one thing. That's a side note I want y'all to understand. This portal, when it closed, is only closing for kids that's not graduating. If you graduate, you can transfer whenever.
Okay.
So when this portal closed, it'll just be for those kids that are not graduating. But if you are graduating, you can still transfer during the summer, right? So I don't want y'all to be sideswiping some of if we get like in May, you see a senior jump in the portal because they can do that if they're graduating. But the portal will close on Friday. We got some big visits coming in. So, but I haven't. That's the one thing I haven't seen. I haven't seen any running backs. I think I've seen everything else but a running back. So, I don't know. Listening, like I said, I go by what Coach Prime said because Coach Prime don't tell no lies. He said he named a list of stuff that he was going to get, but he said we already got half of it. Y'all just don't know about it. So maybe it's some kids that he already knows gonna come in and make it happen. So, but two running backs right now are that the two that we got on the roster because I haven't seen any work on us getting any running backs, or nobody showing any interest in coming to see you as a running back. So right now, the two that we got.
I hear you. I'm going with myself. I like that. I'm going with one. I think we're going to have one, and I think I'm just going to say I think the two running backs that he got coming in, I really believe he's going to bring one in that's going to definitely get some playing time because he definitely said it's. I got the list here of what he said because I had to go back. I looked at Scott Proctor's, and I was like, I didn't see the same numbers. So I said, let me go back and listen to Coach give specific numbers. And I listened to it 3 times. And this is what he said. He said, one defensive tackle, a tremendous. He said tremendous. You see, you have to pay attention with Coach Prime. He didn't just say he want one defensive. He said a tremendous defensive tackle. One. He said one or two linebackers. Now, this is what he said. He said one or two linebackers, not just one. One and could be two. He said two safeties. He said two safeties. He said probably 3 cornerbacks. 3. So that people got 2. I went and listened to everything he said. He said 3, probably 3. He said 1 receiver. He said 2 running backs. He said 1 tight end, 1 offensive guard. He said 1 offensive tackle, and maybe 2 centers. Those were the exact words from Coach Prime. So when they put the thing up there, I was like, okay, I saw, when he put 2 cornerbacks, he said 3. When he said safety, he said 2 safeties on there. So I'm looking on there. When I'm looking at that, I'm like, that says a lot. And the key thing that Coach Prime said was this, and you just said it. We have half of them already. And we know he ain't lying because 2 already committed today.
30 minutes after he said it, you got the Illinois DB, you got one of the DBs, and then today you got a safety. So
Safety.
he's not telling no lies. When they get those guys in the building, he seals the deal. There's no one better in sealing the deal than Deion Sanders. So if you get yourself to Colorado, like I say, when I see kids coming to Colorado, I believe they're coming to Colorado, because you're not coming to Colorado to just to play around, because Prime ain't got time for that. Prime ain't got time for that. The Oklahoma tackle. That's who I thought it was. I thought we were gonna go after the kid Stone, but maybe 2 or 3 minutes before we came on, Stone went back to Oklahoma. So y'all know what happened. Ain't no secret. Ain't no secret. Ain't no secret. Somebody in that booster club say, "Hey, hold on. Let's no. Let me go find the money." But you gonna see that. We also lost the kid in the portal maybe 30 minutes after the game. With the incoming
Garden hire.
You know, more power to him. I never get mad with kids for leaving.
No.
And you shouldn't either. No one should get mad with kids for leaving. Everybody, I keep telling y'all be every time somebody hit the portal, he need to come and see you. Everybody not built for Deion Sanders and see you. You got to be a different type of ball player. We taking quality over quantity. I'm gonna say that again. We taking quality over quantity. Y'all want a whole bunch of kids. We just want quality ball players. You want a 5-star. I want a 2-star quality football player that I can make a 5-star. Because Prime has done it everywhere he went. Remember, he took a kid that was on his film team and made him the starting running back at Jackson State. Mm-hmm. The kid started on his film team because he didn't have no spot for it. Hey, man, just be on the field. Somebody left. We gave him a spot. Then you just a walk on. Now I'm up here. You look at what Charlie did. Look at what Ben Finnessett did. Them the kind of ball players Coach Brown wanted. That's what y'all get mad, but that's what he wants. And what I'm telling y'all, why? Hey, Coach Ray, why you like Coach Prime? Because that's what I want. I don't care nothing about how great you is, how good you supposed to be, because I can make you good. I can make you good because, see, that good player, he going to work hard. I watched a video the other day with a coach, and the coach said, man, are you hungry? Or are you starving?
Yeah, I saw that.
I want the kid that's starving. If you hungry, yeah, I'll eat. If you tell me to eat, I'll work out. If you tell me to work, I'll do that if you tell me to. My parents, but that dude that's hungry, you ain't got, like I say, my son's starving. I ain't got to go get him up out the bed to go to work out. I ain't got to make him go to this, that, and the other. He know what we we starving. We ain't trying to, and that's the difference. You got to want this. Can't nobody want it for you. J5 starving. DeJounte Wesson starving. Them boys want it bad. Travis Hunter starving. They want it bad. You ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta get them up to go get it. And when you used to that kind of stuff, you don't settle for nothing less. And go ahead.
No. I didn't want to interrupt you, Coach. Go and finish what you were saying. I ain't going to interrupt you.
So everybody's not meant for CU. So y'all don't get mad when we don't go after this play. Oh, he was. Hey, Deion Sanders told you I can call and make a kid a 4 or 5-star. I can make a phone call and make a kid a 4 or 5-star. Hey, don't let nobody tell y'all them stars really matter, because they don't. All you do is go. Listen, stars you make stars not in helmet and shoulder pads. That's when you go to camp. You in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
You ain't on no football field when you get no stars. They don't watch your film till after you go to camp. You don't get no stars from no football. Ain't nobody watching no football for you. Got to go to camp and dominate. Go to camp and run a good time, or be a certain height and a certain weight and this, that, and the other. That's how you get stars. I wish I had my old phone. I would play for y'all. I went when Dion was under Under Armour and he was doing the camp. Under Armour still does this camp in Orlando. He came down here to Orlando. My son was the smallest kid on the field. They thought he was so good. They thought he was a 7th grader, but he was an 8th grader. Deion Sanders say, I can call right now and make 4 or 5 of y'all 3 or 4. I can make you a 3-star right now, just off a phone call. Hey, I like this kid. He needs 3 stars. The number 1 pick, maybe the number 1 pick in the NFL draft this year. You know what? He had no stars coming out of high school. Not a one. It's just about who you know and what you want to do. But everybody ain't built for CU guys, so don't get upset when we don't get the people that y'all think Coach Prime wants, because everybody not built for CU. Go ahead,
I have to agree with it. One thing I will say, I will commend those young men because those relationships mean something. And I'm going to go with Colton Hood. If you don't think Colton Hood had nothing to do with that gentleman from Auburn coming here, I'll just say, if you don't think he had an impact with it, I'll just let you know I definitely think he did, because that player absolutely is going to go and ask questions to Colton. Hey, what you think? And what you think about CU and how you think, I'll fit in. And then you have listening to Dukes, and Dukes is saying, hey, that's his little nephew or whatever, pertaining to them, the relationship he has with the young man. And what I like about it, Auburn type players, especially the cornerbacks and safeties, those are NFL. Those guys are NFL talent, and they play at very high levels. They're athletic. So when Auburn goes and get themselves cornerbacks and safeties, and they said this young man was having an outstanding, season, coming into spring ball. So, Auburn is hot right now. You took Hood from them, and now you've taken this. So they like, they forget, they like fish grease hot. Because when you taking that kind of talent out the room and it impacts your depth also, that hurts, man. That hurts when you're later on the season.
That ain't the biggest thing. The biggest thing is you could have had Deion Sanders.
But the good old boys, they
your greatest alum in football and your greatest alum in basketball begged and pleaded.
Barkley begged them.
Bo Jackson say, hey, guys, hey, Deion, I'm telling you, we'll be unstoppable. We're gonna run the SEC. We're gonna make people forget about us. And they wouldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they can't get it. They can't get right. Again, like Ox said, this kid did the same thing that they say Hood did last year. He was the best player in the secondary all spring. That's all anybody ran and raved about, was this kid was going to be the next great thing at Auburn. He hits the portal, and like I say, you can believe that we had the biggest recruiter in Hood saying, hey, bro, I can't promise you're going to start, bro, but coach going to give you an opportunity. I came in here and took advantage of my opportunity. So if you're going to come in here and work, get with me and let's go to work. Hey, that's all. Like I say, them the kind of kids I want. Kids that I don't want you to hand me the job. I don't want you to tell me I'm gonna be the starter. I want you to tell me that I have the opportunity to come in here and play. That's all I can ask for. If you a dog, that's what you is. I seen somebody say in the comments that Hood kids can't get to camp. That's true to a degree. But as parents, you got to sacrifice. Y'all sacrifice for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I tell parents that all the time, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's hard, and I know it's a struggle. Believe me, Coach knows. But you got to sacrifice for those kids because it'll pay off in the long run. If you just but you got to sacrifice. Like what I tell them is, you don't have to go to those big camps, but go to any camp that's close to you that you can drive to. So most schools, they have mega camps where it be at one school, but it's 60-something schools there. Try to get to those.
Hmm.
But if it's in driving distance, hey, we got to make a sacrifice. We got to make a sacrifice to get them there because that's all it takes is to get some of them kids there to get them seen. And you will never know if you don't get there because, again, like I told y'all, stars are made at camp. That's what keep. Why y'all think rivals and on three and all that? Stars go up and down. They get that's how they make their money. That's how they do it. But yes, you gotta baby parents, you gotta make sacrifices for your kids. You gotta make sacrifices. Just the way you sacrifice for them school clothes, you sacrifice for for Christmas, you sacrifice for everything else. Everybody had on new suits today for Easter, right? Everybody went and got new suits for Easter.
No, no,
Ain't
no,
no
no,
bad
sir.
one time Easter. Uh, but you got to make sacrifices. You know, we playing, but you definitely got to make sacrifices for those kids to get to those kind of camps, especially the ones near you, especially the ones near you. So that would be my advice to any. I saw one person say, uh, talk about the kids in the hood can't get to the camps. And then
They
oh
can get Jordans.
oh what?
They can get Jordan.
They,
They got Apple phones. They got iPhones. I tell people all the time. I got nephews, and when you talk about I'm from from Mississippi, and they ain't had no money, but I guarantee you when they wanted something, they got it. And I ain't talking about stealing or nothing. I'm talking about they went out and worked or did a hustle, and they got what they wanted. Everything ain't to the point where you can't get everything you want in life at times because that's just not the way things are set up in life. But when you really want something, I haven't seen a person yet when they really wanted something, they couldn't get it. Now they might not got it right then, but they still hustle, got a game plan together, got their community. Because this is me, coach. If I knew my son needed something and I knew that I didn't have it, I'm gonna use my family. I'm gonna use my village. I'm gonna say, hey, I don't have it right now. I need your help. If you could help me out, I don't want you to give it to me. I'm gonna pay you back, and we're gonna invest in this boy because he's gonna do the right thing, and we want to have his future better than what ours is. So it's different ways you can do things, and I know people. People will help you if they know you doing right and trying to do the best thing. People will help you. BWatts, I see you up there. I know we send out prayers for you and everything. We want to make sure everything good to go, boy. Let you know we care about you. But you have any words you want to say, or you want us to wrap it up? Wrap it up.
No, y'all doing good, man. I just want to say I appreciate y'all, man. You and Coach Dre, man. Y'all one of the two special brothers that I know, man, that can come in and fill in for me and do the things that I need y'all to do. I got called up here. My brother had an emergency heart surgery in the morning, so hey, it is what it is. One of them things about life. Got to take care of your brother while you're here on earth, man. And I appreciate y'all for stepping in for me, doing uh, okay. All right. But y'all doing a good job. That's all I want to say. I probably won't be back doing the show tomorrow because I'm gonna spend the night with him and he the only brother I got. So I don't know how it's gonna go. But just stay in prayer for him and everything. Uh like I say, man, with sickness don't have no age on it, y'all.
Mm-mm.
Just don't, man. You never know. Anything can happen. Take care of yourself, exercise, drink a lot of water, and just pray, man. It can happen to anybody. Yeah, you heard that saying my grandmama always saying, "Boy, two things the world don't care nothing about. That's old folks and sick folks." I'm
That's
just
true.
trying to tell you, take care of yourself. The world don't stop for them kind of people. So, brother, I appreciate y'all, Coach Dre. Appreciate you. Uh,
hey, bro, you ain't never got to worry about us, bro. We gonna always
yeah,
keep
I
you
already
on your
know. I
mind.
already know y'all. I can count on y'all, man. But uh,
Just
I really want to make this because I really want to come behind Coach Dre. I'm sure he acted right. But the law, the law, the law gonna spare me. I love CC, Lil Bucky. Y'all make sure Miss E. Willer, Reb Nelson, make sure Coach Dre act right. All right. Hey man, hey, I can't talk too loud. Okay, they say I'm talking too loud. Y'all go ahead, bro. Y'all doing good.
All right.
Appreciate you, Coach Dre.
Be wise. We got
Oh
prayers
yeah,
up
yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, I got to say a special thanks to all of the people that joined my membership. I see you. Appreciate you. Got some things lined up. I'm gonna bring in Coach Ray and Uncle Steve on that membership only. I got Coach Hart and Montrez Walker. We're gonna do a private show for y'all. All right. Hey, y'all be blessed.
All right. Well, it's always good to see a young man there taking care of family, doing what he need to do there. I always need to know we're a village, and as a village, we gonna keep you prayed up, and we're gonna do what's right by you. And if you need help, we're gonna help. That's just the way we do. I want to ask you one more thing before we close this out. And I'm gonna have you have some words on that, Coach Dre, on this one here. I just want to ask one player here that I wanted to ask you about, and that is Quincy Wiggins. Now, all I see is this here. I see the admiration of all the coaches when it pertains to Quincy Wiggins. I see him when he walks off a bus, everybody it is in awe, be like, who is that NFL player right there? What I also seen was a young man that went to a coach and told his coach, you ain't never got to worry about me leaving you. I'm not going nowhere. And that is when he wasn't getting no playing time, and he was fourth string in the depth chart, but he worked. He worked. My question is this, Coach Dre. When players get to see someone like Quincy Wiggins go from all the talent in the world at LSU, everybody hyped him up, say, hey, this guy, even when he came up, he looks like he's going to be a second round draft in the NFL. Didn't get to his talents at LSU. And then they said, oh, he's going to be a bust, blah, blah, blah. Just didn't get it. Comes to Colorado, busts his butt, and now you see him out there with the starters. What does that do for other players who are out there that feel like they really didn't get their opportunity and that they know they have all this talent and they're just waiting to get in the right situation to make it happen? What does Quincy Wiggins' example does for Colorado? Because kids are looking. What does that do for them, Coach?
Well, a little insight on Quincy Wiggins is, again, for those who haven't been with me like Uncle Steve, my brother-in-law was the assistant defensive line coach at LSU when our first defensive line coach came to LSU. When Patrick came to LSU, that's who recruited Quincy Wiggins. And my brother-in-law was on that staff, and everybody ran and raved about that kid. He was going to be the next thing. So when Coach Patrick left and came to Colorado, where Quincy Wiggins he loved his coach. So he came up here. What it also showed you is that as much as y'all say Colorado can't develop talent, that they can. And then it also shows young players that I told you gotta teach loyalty and respect. You can't, it just don't happen. You gotta show people what loyalty is. Just like BWatts know, I don't have to do this show. I can just call Steve and Dre, and I know it's gonna be all right. I ain't got to worry about what they gonna say, if they gonna mess my channel up, or if I'm gonna have to take the video down. It's the loyalty and the respect that I know that these young men, that these guys have for me. Well, you put that. That's what you got to, in this day and age in college football. That's what you better put out in front. Is, hey, look at 49. He came in here. He sat behind some guys. He got himself together, and now look at what he's doing. Again, sometimes you're going to endure some stuff. Sometimes we run away from something when God just trying to get us ready. This is what I say. God, sometimes it might not be your season, but God is giving you season. I'm gonna say this again. It might not be your season, but God is giving you season. He seasoned you up as B Watts always with the salt shaker. God seasoning you up and getting you ready for your blessing. He getting you ready for what you got coming next. But we so impatient and we want what we want, we'll leave before our season comes. Quincy Wiggins didn't do that. He sat there, he got seasoned, he got coached up, he got He took in all the knowledge. This guy done had. That guy done had 4 different coaches at his position. When he first got there, he had Coach Patrick. Coach Patrick left within 2 months. He got Coach, what's the coach from Alabama? The defensive line coach that came from the older gentleman.
Kelly.
He came.
Kelly.
No, Kelly. No, the other dude that came with Kelly. He was the older gentleman that left last year because of his health.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yep, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
You had him. Then last year you had Lewis. Now you got Pico. I mean, you had Lewis and Sapp. This year you got Pico and Sapp. Coach Sal, there it is.
Coach thank you. Then you got
4 different coaches, and he's never wavered. Coach Dancy. Now you got Coach Hilo out there with you on the edges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all he doing is getting seasoned up, getting a little pepper, a little salt, a little seasoning salt, a little accent, a little this, a little that, and adding it all to his game. And now I'm ready to go. Because I'm taking everything that these guys that have instilled in me, and now I'm putting it to work. And so that's what you got to have in life. And Coach Prime, like I told you, sometimes, guys, you got to sit and endure something to get something. I say this all the time. Everybody loves a rainbow. Anytime you look on Twitter or Instagram, because that's all I got, you see somebody post a rainbow. Oh, I caught a rainbow. I got to see a rainbow today. But before that rainbow came, there had to be some rain. So the rainbow just didn't show up out of nowhere. It didn't just say, oh, it's a beautiful day, I show up. No, a rainbow don't show up until there's some rain. So you got to go through some stuff. Same way I tell y'all about Juju. That's why I wasn't mad yesterday. Juju going to have some ups and downs. Everything ain't going to be pretty. Everything ain't going to be gravy. No need to put the kid down. And then that's why I say sometimes we be so quick to judge. Sit back and let Coach Prime come to the press conference and tell y'all what's going on, and then you find out everything you want to know because he don't tell you no lies. He tell you exactly what you need to know. That's the same thing he tell them kids. That's why them kids. Let me ask y'all a question. How many kids have left the University of Colorado? The kids that didn't have an attitude, that just left because they left on good terms. All them kids are doing well. You name me a kid that left here when he know he probably shouldn't have left that's doing good. I'll wait. People bashed me when I said that the running back should have stayed because Coach Prime was looking out for him, because that running back, all you need is one good year. Alto. All you need is one good
McCaskill.
year. Mm-hmm. And Coach Prime wanted you to get healthy because you was having little setbacks. You was having little setbacks with your injury, with your knee. Well, now you went to Arizona State. Tell me when you played this year. You back in the portal. Willie Gaines, you came out and said all this stuff and did all this stuff. Them kids that don't do that, they go off. A kid like Hank, who just said, "Hey, the room is full. I gotta go somewhere where I can play." Like Hagelson, he from right here in Florida. I know the kid. I know the people. Man, he ain't got nothing but great things to say about Coach Prime and what they did. Y'all think Cormani McClain is upset with Deion Sanders in prime time? I can speak and tell you he's not. He know he made mistakes. It's stuff that he had to work on. And now that he's doing those little things, now y'all see him on y'all see him. That was my high school he was at. You understand what I'm saying? So you know Coach Dre ain't telling you no lies. When he said Eastside High School, that's what he's taking those things that he got taught. He was just young-minded, and these young men gonna make mistakes. But that's why I say we can't jump down these young men's throats because they make mistakes. I wonder what you was doing at 18 to 19 years old. Was you listening to your mom and daddy? Was you doing everything the right way? Could you be told water was wet? Probably not. And then now put on top of that, I can make millions of dollars. And I can change my family's outcome of life and they lifestyle. It's just different, and that's what we got to do as adults. We got to lead. You heard Uncle Steve say that's one thing my grandma was big on. And when we was coming up, it take a village to raise one child. Well, we a heck of a village right here in this CU space. What with all these 105 kids, it's enough for us to make sure these kids are right, to make sure they get inspiring words, to make sure that they get it. And that's all it takes. Because sometimes you don't know just how bad these kids are feeling. Again, some of these kids get pushed into some of these decisions. I told y'all saw it today. Stone, you hit the portal one day, the next day you back. Why is that? You leave somewhere from making $2 million to go somewhere and make a little less. Because you wouldn't, again, I keep telling y'all better look at it. Y'all better look at it. You ain't got to stop them. God got a way of tearing you down. And see, Coach Drake gonna share something with y'all that's personal. And that's why I tell people I ain't ashamed. Young 14-year-old guy. My granddaddy. He did some awful things in life. And we found out about him, about 13 to 14 years old. So one day my mama asked me to do something for him, and he came and got me. I had about $200-$300 on the table. He come in and asked, do y'all got some gas money? I picked that gas, I put that money up. Oh no, I don't got no gas money. Who? I ain't got no bread, nothing. And we went on through life hate and not doing right by him as grandkids. All of us, not just me, but us as grandkids because of what he had done and the things that he had done and not worried about him. My uncle told me, he said, y'all gonna regret this later on in life. And what I'm telling y'all is the last 2 years of that man's life, I had to take care of him every day. Every day I had to take care of him until he died. Every single day. Because of what I did when I was 14, 15 years old, going through 20, until I got semi-grown and realized that I have to answer for what I did I don't have to answer for what he did to my mama and my auntie them. I got to answer for what I did to him. Mm-hmm. And God had a way of making me see that. I had to take care of him every single day the last 2 years of his life. So that's why I tell y'all, Coach Drake, I'm not perfect. I didn't just get wise like this over time. I just learned and listened. And took what people told me to heart. And what I'm telling y'all is sometimes y'all get on here and y'all don't know what somebody going through. That's why I tell people I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. I ain't trying to be no superhero. I ain't trying to tell y'all I'm no inside. I'm not trying to tell y'all. I'm just a guy that I know some people because I've been coaching a while and I had the opportunity to be in some rooms. But that don't make me no better than you. That don't make me no better than you. But y'all better acknowledge that these young men have parents. They have brothers and sisters. I don't know how many people we in here watching, but everybody ain't hit that like button yet. We got over 200-300 people. You can believe that it's some parents in here watching. It's some family members in here watching. And what if this was your brother? What if that was your cousin? What if that was your loved one? You wouldn't want them sitting up here calling them trash and calling them garbage, and you couldn't get it. That would be cool. So think about that when you go to type about kids, because they're young men. I know people get tired. Oh, coach, you always calling them young. Age don't make you grown. I'm gonna keep telling you, it's a lot of 13, it's a lot of 30 and 40-year-old kids walking around. So age don't make you grown, man. But BY say, let's pray for him, because like you say, take care. Hey, love on your people while you got a chance. Don't. My morning message the other morning was, if God came to you today and said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you 24 hours to say all your goodbyes," what would you say? You would tell somebody you love them. You'll tell somebody you care for them. You'll tell them you appreciate them. You go out your way to try to do something special for them. This, that, and the other, right? Well, why can't you do that now? Why can't you do that now? Don't depend on tomorrow. Don't depend on tomorrow, because tomorrow ain't promised. Tomorrow is not promised. And take care of the people. Love on the people that love you. Because life too short for you to go. And y'all stop hating people. I'm talking about even people that don't like us. This week, I just stopped reading stuff about Shador and Travis. Because it's just hate. Y'all know what it is. But you give idiot. Your mama always told you, if you lay down with dogs, you'll get fleas.
Oh yeah.
Stop talking to them. They what nothing they can do to stop this. This was gonna happen. And then you know what come out? Oh, now they finna do a statue for Coach McCarthy. Deion Sanders come out in his press conference and tell you he finna honor Coach McCarthy with wearing a jacket wearing the outfit that he liked to wear. But y'all didn't give a person a chance to say that. Y'all just, oh, Deion's son. Y'all Deion going out his way to get his son immortalized at Colorado. No. But y'all don't argue with them people. Let them people have that. Stay positive in your life. Don't bring that negative energy into your life where you got to go back and forth with people, because they don't really be doing. They just be talking. Go ahead, Unc.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way, man. You you was preaching then, boy. You put a testimony on them. And the beauty is this there, Coach Drake. It was some people out there in this chat that needed to hear that. And they heard some things tonight that could change their life forever. Because you get on there and you really think at times you're the only one that you're going through this here. And that's not the case. Even for people who have things that you like, oh man, that person got a lot, they still go through something. It don't make a difference from Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. It don't make how much money you got. Mike Tyson. It don't make it Michael Jordan. It don't. Money means nothing. You still gonna have issues. Tupac, Biggie. It don't make a difference. You can go any direction you want to go. You're gonna have issues. So with that being said, Coach Drake, I tell people all the time. The people out there in the chat, you said it beautifully. You got X amount of people out on here. All you have to do is hit that button to show BWatts some love and to promote his channel so that people can see the algorithms and stuff like that. You're on here for a reason. You're either on here to say, oh, they don't know nothing or blah, 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 and listen to what they got to say. If you're going to listen, let's help and learn. That's what I'm about. I'm not going to waste my time listening to people and I don't get nothing out of it. That just ain't me. What I do with my time is money. My time is money. I make money. I ain't making time. I make money. And that time, I know with time, that time is important, because without the time, you ain't doing nothing else. So you need that time, and you don't know when your time is. With that being said, Coach Dre, it has been a pleasure tonight being with you on here. You carry yourself in such honor and respect and dignity, just like JR, just like BWatts, just like Greg and the rest of it, just like Rob, the man who always opens up his open up the air for people and give people an opportunity. I'm just going to leave you with some closing words, but my words is this one here. I appreciate yourself, B. Watts, and the people out in the chat, just opening up and providing us an opportunity just to fellowship. That's a beautiful thing. Fellowship. and go from there. Coach Dre, I want people to have a beautiful night. I want people to kiss their loved ones. I want them to tell people, hey, I love you and I need you, and we need to get together in fellowship and do what we're supposed to, do the right thing, because you never know when it's going to be your last day. With that being said, Coach Dre, you close us out, because I tell people we ain't going to be on here all night, but we're going to get it right. And Coach Dre, is on you, and close us out, big fella.
Unc said it real. Even ESPN, I was very proud with the way they portrayed the HBCU guys. I'm very happy for Charlie Ward being hired as the new head basketball coach at FAMU. And you know what they said Charlie did? He called Deion Sanders. You know what Michael Vick say? I call what Deion. They say Deion say. I call Vick every day. I give him my coaching schedule so he can know how to coach. They say Deion Sanders is the leader of this movement of coaches, NFL and former pros coaching in the league. Well, I'm trying to be the leader of this brotherhood in this podcast world, because we can all. It ain't like Unc said. We ain't getting paid for this. We not getting. We on here because we want to be. We on here because we want to be. Some of these names been with me for 3 years. Miss E. Willer. It's a lot, especially Miss E. Willer. I love CC. Every time I get on there, I tell her I love her. People be like, oh, is he? I'm not flirting. I'm just letting you know, because I don't know what you're going through that day. So I'm going to tell you hi, and I love you, because I want you to know that if ain't nobody in the world today told you love them, that you've been loved, I'm going to let you know. You gonna know today that it's somebody in this world who think of you that much. That think of you that much to say, hey, I love you. I appreciate you. Because like I say, y'all didn't have to support us. It's a million CU content creators. Everybody, and you could be somewhere else. You could be anywhere. Like I tell people, you could be anywhere in the world. But you here with me, Uncle Steve, BWatts, JR Boxer, Greg said it. Then y'all know my affinity for Rob the Man. Like I say, that's why bro hasn't been here. Life is lifing. He getting it together. I know y'all been seeing him on our page doing a little basketball, because that's day he really free. He don't have a lot of stuff to do, but he will be back. We'll be back doing Colorado content and doing our thing. Again, we appreciate y'all for coming by here, spending the evening with me and Unc. I know we had some technical difficulties with me at first. I don't know what the heck was going on. It just kicked me out for no reason. But I appreciate it. I'm always happy to be on here with my Uncle Steve. Always, again, guys, I'm just a nobody. I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody, trying to be a blessing. And if I could touch somebody tonight, that was my goal, to touch somebody, because somebody on these airwaves, they needed to hear a word, and that's what we gave them. And like I tell y'all before I leave, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my one and only Unc. This has been a Sport Talk with BWatts production, and we love y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday. God bless and y'all be good.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great? Which way am I going?
What's coming? You on the way?